So about 50% of foster parents quit within the first year. And that statistic makes a lot of sense to most foster families. It makes sense why you would quit. It makes sense why you get burned out. It makes sense why it feels too hard to go on. And so a lot of times families will just say, we can't do this anymore. It's really hard on our marriage. It's hard on our biological kids. We're done. And so at that time, those kids will go to a new placement. We have zealous foster parents that are ready to change the world, and they get into the system and realize pretty quickly, I can't do this, the resources aren't here, it's impossible. And the people that are really suffering from this are the kids that are in the foster care system. My husband Nick and I have been doing foster care for about 6 years. Our first placement was 3 girls. At the time they were 4, 2, and 5 months old. Before the girls came, we felt joy, we felt excited to welcome new kids into our family, and the second that they showed up, we realized that they were experiencing deep grief. They were scared, they didn't know who we were, they didn't know where they were really protective of each other. When we put the girls to bed that night, the baby was in a little crib in our bedroom, but the other 2 were in a spare bedroom that we had, and they were 2 years old and 4 years old. We put them to bed and we did a whole bedtime routine, and we shut the door and kind of snuck down the hallway and sat down in the living room. And I remember us hearing them and kind of pausing to listen. And I will never forget the grief cry coming from a child. And I realized in that moment I had never heard a child cry like that before, just that guttural grief cry. And we went back there and we talked with them, and I just remember looking at them and them looking back at me like, who are you? Who is this person that's talking to me, you know, and just wishing so badly that I could make it go away for them. About 6 months in, I think the weight kind of caught up with us, and we realized that we had been kind of in adrenaline mode for a long time, and that we needed to figure out how to take some of that weight off of our shoulders and slow down. On a weekly basis, we have play therapy, dyslexia therapy, family therapy, and co-parenting therapy. Along with that, we have a caseworker that comes by every 2 weeks. We have a guardian ad litem that we meet with once a month. So the amount of appointments that you have on your schedule on top of what parents already have to manage is a lot. You're totally in love with the kids. You feel like you are 100% invested, but the support that you need isn't there. And so you're stuck. You want to move forward and you want to be healthy, but you feel like you're drowning. You're caring for kids. At the same time, you need someone to care for you, but there's just nobody to care for you. Three problems we've identified in foster care. Number 1, foster parents are getting burned out really quickly. Number 2, foster kids are going to multiple placements while they're in foster care. And each move is tragically traumatic for a kid. And 3, the foster care system is producing unprepared and under-resourced youth. The majority of the kids coming out of foster care when they're 18 immediately become homeless. So our dream is that foster parents would be fully supported and resourced in ways that are going to help them continue doing foster care long term. We also dream of a system where foster kids are going into the system and they're staying in the same foster home the whole time to create that stability in their life. We spent months gathering data from hundreds of foster parents, asking them, what would help you the most? What would help you say yes to foster care for longer? So our approach is wraparound care. We believe that if a family is fully equipped to be successful, then they will be able to be healthy and raise healthy kids. Wraparound care offers families $1,200 of resources that will help support them to be successful as a family. Those services range from laundry services and cleaning services, organizational services, lawn care, meal service, all the different things that feel like a point of stress for them. We want to take those stressors away so that they will have the capacity to serve their kids the way that they need. So our goal over the next 3 years is to raise $2.5 million, and that would have us fully supporting 166 families with full wraparound care, which is upwards of 500 foster youth that we're affecting. You have the opportunity today to make a huge difference in the life of a kid that's growing up in foster care.